If you know you've been doing something several times in the same way and it's not working, you can change. This applies to all corners of life. It is applying to making money online, even on physical. Those are traditional ways of making money. And at the same time, your location, where you stay, the people you associate with. Today I'm bringing for you, should I call it a storytelling video, but you're going to learn from it. I felt I need to chip in. I was inspired by the breakfast I made today. This is Irish. I stopped taking Irish sometime back, good month, because I reached a time when I would not feel like I'm having breakfast or lunch. You know, with us East Africans, we love these soft foods. So I stopped it. Recently, when I was scrolling on YouTube, there's this one girl, I can call her, she's one of my students because she has followed me for so long, and she started a YouTube channel about foodies. You can follow her. It is PCN Kabuye Foodies, something like that. She was teaching on how to make Irish. These are Irish potatoes, if you know them. And I loved it. I said, okay, let me try it. The first time I tried, it was even the people who tasted it would say, wow, would you love it? Yes, would love it. And from then, I decided to be taking my breakfast, or sometimes the brunch, I use this. And I love it. I put some other things like salad, eggs. I can even put muchomo, kachumbali, something like that. So when I was making this breakfast today, and I saw that way I'm eager about it, I remembered you who has been doing something for some time, and you felt you've given up. It is not nice. It is not giving you the vibe you want. Is it the place you stay in? This brings me to another story. I was told recently there's this young lady that has been in a ministry for some time. So later, she moved out of the ministry. Now, one of the friend asked, and why did you move out? Immediately as she moved out of the ministry, she joined another ministry. She got married. But she was in another ministry for more than 8 years. They are not looking at her. Do you think they were not looking at her? They were looking at her. But because she had stayed, maybe they had gotten even her negative part. You never know. It depends on how the ministries take their ships. And there are some ministries also that decide to select suitors for the men. Like if you go to the Mami Gio or Daddy Gio will say, that lady is old. That lady has children. You take this one. There are some ministries like that. So she decided to get out, and immediately she got married. Then another story. I'm going to give you these stories because I want we come to the gist of it, that in whatever you're doing, if you're doing it like this for 2-3 years, if you're seated in this house for 2-3 years and it is not giving you peace, or it is not giving you the money you're supposed to have, you have to change the style. I'm not saying if it is a relationship that you've abandoned it, but if it is something that can be changed, you need to change it. Another story is like this. There's this gentleman that was in a certain place. I don't want to now talk because some people might tag me in some other things. There's this place that this guy was staying in. It was a group of people. Just don't mind about it. And this group of people, this gentleman could not prosper for 5 good years. Nothing. He's always begging, and he was in UAE, and he's always, no visa, nothing. By the time he stepped out of that ministry, the time he stepped out of that group, this guy got a visa. This guy started driving. If you're like in United Arab Emirates, driving is not easy, getting a license. This guy, things started opening up for him. So when they were giving me these stories, by the way, someone gave me these stories like 2 days back before I did this video. I sat down and I was like, some of us, we become comfortable in places that cannot favor us, in places that cannot grow us. You find you might be fighting a devil or fighting something that is not supposed to be fought. It's the chair that you're seated on. It's the place that it's the people that you're associating with. Now imagine if I'd not toured on YouTube, if I'd not allowed myself to watch someone's video on YouTube, I would still not be eating Irish. I would be missing this. And I would be missing a lot of things. So is you. You've tried to make money and you're not making money. You've been on social media, you've been on TikTok, you've been on YouTube. Money is nowhere. When you come on any social media, you hear people talking, this is how I made money, this is how I made money. Some other people think they're scam. Some other people think it's to get views. If you know you've been on somewhere, in any way, that's why I said this is a motivational and inspirational storytelling video. Sit down your life. Talk to yourself. I've been doing this thing for a long time like this, but this thing has not changed. I've been trying to fight this weight loss by not eating kobos, by not doing, but still the weight comes. I've been trying by all means. I've prayed to God, but things are not moving forward. Am I cursed? Because some of the born agains, you attach everything that looks to be failure to demons, to curses, to generational curses and other things. You forget that you're already born again. If you're already born again, your dad cannot curse. Your dad cannot be happy to see you in bondage. Let me finish by giving you this story again. I was in this group of people for some time. For some time, I lost peace. This is a woman that would cry every day. This is a woman that would never be appreciated. This was a hard-working woman, by the way, that anything to deal with that group, when you tell me that group, I give all mine. But I lost hope. I lost peace. I had even started cursing. I had already reached that extent of denying, of saying, God is not there. By the way, there's a time I'd even thought of like, I'm seeing my friends who are Muslims are doing better. Why am I a Christian? There's that time until I sat myself down and I said, okay, let me take a step of faith. Let me take a step. Or as I took a step of faith, I got love. Faith made me get love. And as I got love, everything changed. My peace was restored. It's like 360 degrees. My life was like brightening once again. Why am I giving you these examples? In our life, even if we're making money, even if we're striving, there is no one who is not supposed to get the share of finances, the share of marriage, the share of happiness on this earth. We are supposed to get it all. But it matters. Please check the place where you are. I was giving someone an example when they were telling me some stories. I'm like, do you know what? You can be getting out of this house, you make this couch very well, you put even a couch cover and go out. Then an enemy will enter inside and be down there, puts dirt. If you come in this room and you go to the sitting room, you don't sit on this. If you don't sit on this couch and feel the dirt, you will not know there's dirt. But if you come around, you go to the bedroom, you go to the kitchen, you will see like the way you left it. But first sit on that couch and sit down. By the time you sit and meditate for 3 hours, you will know this is not how I want it. This is not how I left it. Hopefully you guys, you get to know what I'm saying. This video is majorly motivational and it's a story, and life experience stories. Don't be comfortable in how you do things 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 year, 2 years. You are in poverty 3 years, you are in agony 4 years, you are in confusion. No. The four corners of life. If it is marriage, see what is happening. If it is relationship, what could be the problem? If it is finance, check yourself. You guys, this has been Christine. Thanks for being on Immaculate Show. Please learn to sit down yourselves and know get to know that things can change provided you shift the levels. Thank you very much.